All right, Vossaholic. My name's Voss. I'm an alcoholic. Last few sentences, and we're wrapping this up. Step one, so we're done. Feels so good to finish a goal, even though it is 11:30 at night, and I'm just learning how to do a video on phones and iPads and upload it. And I had to clean out my phone a bunch, so I'm grateful that I. It's good to clean the house, you know. But I want to finish this. It feels good to finish your goals, and uh, we're on page 24, step one. And by the way, I speak for myself, not for AA as a whole. And if you found this, I've asked you to subscribe, and you're a sponsee or a grand sponsee or a close friend. And this is just a way to connect visually and virtually during these strange times of COVID. Now, to finish this up, and I am tired, I'm going to read on with who wants to confess his faults? We read that. Who cares about it? We read that. Um, who wants to sacrifice time and energy in trying to carry AA's message to the next sufferer? I do. I do. I sure do. It keeps me sober, and it keeps you sober. No, the average alcoholic, self centered in the extreme, doesn't care for this prospect unless he has to do these things in order to stay alive himself. Well, hell yeah, heck yeah, heaven yeah. I do this because I want to stay sober, because I have a friend who had a pretty rough surgery and he may not be able to go to meetings, and this might carry him through, you know. And it's circular. The more I put out to help others, the more I help God's kids, God helps me. It comes right back. So it's late, and I'm pumped because I'm finishing it. And that's an apropos perfect sentence for me, because I'm like, gosh, who have I become? You know, this selfless person. Anyways, this is great. We made it, folks. Page 24, last paragraph. Under the lash of alcoholism, we are driven to AA, and there we discover the fatal nature of our situation. Then, and only then, do we become as open minded to conviction and as willing to listen as the dying can be. We stand ready to do anything which will lift the merciless obsession from us. We stand ready to do anything. So, yeah, I mean, damn. I'll tell you, look, I hope you're done. You know, are you done? How low do you want to go? You know, how much more damage do you want to try and come back from? For me, I'm going to gas out. We're at 3 minutes. I'm going to go with just two of improv here. Um, Look, 42. I was 42, and I basically was in a toxic relationship once again based on sex. And the girl hit blackouts because she was grieving her mother. And the blackouts came because she had a high tolerance to alcohol, she said, and could function the next day, being a blockhead Russian chick, just stubborn as can be, and then smokes weed, then blacks out. 13 blackouts I endured with this chick. And then I found a company, my first original company, and they say, yeah, we'll get you a ticket to Vegas. And I bounced. And you know, with her, it was so subtle. It was just her not encouraging my sobriety, not really supporting it, not really diving to understand it, not maybe she knew she was one and she would have to take that on, and she wasn't willing to lose the fun times, because she said she said she didn't have hangovers, you know. And so who wants to quit that, right? But the whole deal is to be done, you know, like to be desperate as the dying. I don't know if I used to hear this, and I haven't said this once yet, and it's perfect. I don't know if I have any more recoveries in me. I don't know if I can go back to a homeless shelter pushing 50, and I don't know if I can live in a halfway house with guys stealing my food or my clothes or my belongings or the revolving door roommates. I mean, back to that, when I had 2 years, the first start of that, I was straight up like out there in Stanton by Disneyland in Huntington Beach area. And within 6 weeks, I had 6 different roommates sharing the room. And I was in my 40s, yeah. I was probably just no, I was 42. So, I mean, 41, over 40, like pathetic. We had a cut hole in the room wall, which was the window, and it had a fan that you plugged in and it blew air in, and there was 2 mattresses in there. And I swear to gosh, there was probably 10 people living there, and 2 of them were on disability. The only reason why I went to that place is because they had a pool, and they were on a bus line to meetings and to the beach. And it's like, how many more times are you gonna do this? I mean, my family isn't the same towards me. Um, I have to ask or even beg one of my favorite cousins, who's my same age, he's 6 months younger than me. I have to ask him, like, demand him fervently to call me. And when does he call me? He calls me late at night at the end of my birthday when I'm gassed out. And look, we're grown. You shouldn't have to have family, like, plead with them to pay attention to you. But when they're all that you have and you love them, and they have distanced themselves from you because you once again have embarrassed them or you put them in a sense of fear. I mean, I remember in like straight up, like, I think it was like '05, I was drinking again. I had gotten out of the army, got a good job. I bought a nice red Ranger pickup truck, and I was doing carpentry work, but I was drinking all night. And I called my aunt at 8 in the morning, and she's a night owl. And I'm like, when are you guys coming up to the beach? We go to Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, our whole lives. Sometimes as a family, like, you know, one family will have it for a week and we'll have it for a week, my cousins. I'm gassing out, but the moral of the story is like, you're doing step one, I'm doing step one. Like, the list has to be intense. It has to be legit. It has to be severe. It has to be a recognition of all the times that you had been demoralized and you were at a bottom. And because you recognize that and you're not willing to go any further down the elevator to hell, you're on the highway to hell, and you get off that highway and you got to walk barefoot. Like, it's going to suck. But you got to recognize, and I'm not like telling you you have to do this. This is what I did. I skipped along the 95 North and almost died. I had my pants cut off of me in the ambulance, my designer jeans cut off of me. I had a $200 motorcycle jacket that was cut off of me. I had a brand new $130 Scorpion helmet that's a lot of money to throw down on anything. I'm cheap, and straight up, it was it was ruined. I ruined it. The motorcycle, the insurance company didn't total it out, and this knucklehead, while in his cups, drinking periodically every few days, decided to save like $30 a month and take collision off of my insurance policy, so that I wasn't able to make a claim where they would have basically probably totaled out the bike, and I would have been written out a check, and that would have healed that financial situation. Not Also, I had probably the largest medical bill in my life I've ever had, almost $38,000. Okay, and that sat on my credit report for 5 years. So we're at the 10-minute mark. Um, all I have going on in my life is I have an insurance test on Friday. I've studied on that thing in the years past. I'm confident. and I have to slowly move furniture around because of my back to set up a home office and just maintain, go to meetings, call my sponsor, do the work. And that's about it. I want to thank you for coming on to my channel and being a part of this process and allowing me to be of service to you. And I want to encourage you to highlight the book, take notes where there's things that really improve your sobriety. And I want you to understand that step 1 may be easy for you, step 2 easy, step 3 easy. However, when we get to step 4 is pretty challenging. It brings up a lot of old anger, old resentment. And the reason why we're bringing it up is to talk about it and levy the load, get it off your chest, unload it, share it, and understand it. Okay? If no one told you they love you today, I love you. Over and out.